What's up, guys? It's Jason for Cog Hill Farm. Today we're going to do a little fall garden update, so stay tuned.
Looking, picking when I really get to clicking, but I'm looking for a sister to revive and win a kiss. If you want some heaven, just let me know.
This year in the fall garden, I did do something a little different. I didn't plant any mustard greens because, come to find out, they just don't. Family just don't eat mustard greens. They're a little bit spicy, so my daughter really doesn't care for them. So I didn't plant mustard greens this year. But if you remember my last video, I did plant onions this year. I got a perennial onion called a yellow potato onion, which I'm super stoked about. And then I had a farm called Two Cedar Micro Farm. Check their YouTube channel out. I'll put a link down below and I'll put a link up here. They gave me, or they sent me, some Egyptian walking onions in the mail, and I got those suckers planted, and I'm so stoked about those too. So let's go check it out. A few things that I did do different this year than I normally do. Usually I plant collards, several different types of kale, maybe some mustard greens. That's a lot of times that's it. This year I scrapped the mustard greens because I only try to plant stuff I know we're gonna eat. I planted some perennial onions, which was different, and then I wanted some Egyptian walking onions, which is another perennial onion. And then we had a YouTube channel see my video talking about that. I did want to plant some walking onions, and they sent me some. And we were tinkering around with the market garden idea. I planted some lettuce. I didn't think it was going to do well, but it has just took off since I got it in the ground. Once I got it out of the trays and put it in the ground, it's exploded. It looks wonderful. But what we planted this year is lettuce, which is different, which is Salanova lettuce. Then we did the two different types of onions, which was different. And then I planted spinach, which I've never done. Well, the spinach just came up pretty well, but I'm having weeds starting to take over. Here it is, December 1. I got short sleeves on. It's about 75, 78 degrees right now. I'm sweating. It's humid. My weeds are still coming on. It's still too hot. And my spinach did come up and looks pretty good, but it's got a ton of weeds in it. And so I kind of screwed up on that. I'm hoping that maybe when the colder weather finally comes through that the weeds will go away, but I really typically don't have this issue in the fall. But Lord have mercy, it's been super hot here. It's gotten cold here twice, really cold twice. And here it is, December. It's the 1st of December. I mean, no cold weather hardly at all. The same can be said about my Alabama blue collards. I mean, the weeds are in there. I kind of wish now that I'd have mulched it. But my spinach, you can see, is doing quite well. I mean, my spinach looks good. But I just got this this weed in here. And so I'm just going to have to pick through it when my spinach gets big enough to pick. And the same with my Alabama blue collards. Now this doesn't get a big, this is not a big collar that you're kind of used to. But you can see I got this weed in here. But my collards do look great. The kale, on the other hand, this is the kale I love. It's red Russian kale. It's delicious. And when I say anybody can grow it, I mean anybody can grow red Russian kale. This stuff is relentless. The good thing about this is this year I decided not to do red Russian kale in rows. I filled this whole bed up, and you can see how thick it is, and it has literally suppressed the weeds because it's so thick. Here are my Egyptian walking onions that were given to me by Two Cedar Microforms. And no, these are not real snakes. I've had people say in some of my pictures that they saw a snake. These are fake snakes. I had an older gentleman tell me one time to put snakes in my garden, the fake ones, to keep the birds away and move them around. I don't have a bird issue, so I don't know if it's the snakes or I just don't have a bird issue. I don't know. But my Egyptian walking onions look good, besides the fact I got weeds in there. This is my Salanova lettuce. I don't know if y'all remember when I first did this video, my Salanova lettuce did not look good at all. Not all of it came up. or stayed. I got a bunch of leaves. I got a huge oak tree right there, and so it drops a lot of leaves down in here. But the lettuce is looking great. It really, really is looking good. I was pleasantly surprised about how well it looks now. This was my garlic bed. I thought I harvested all my garlic. As you can see, I did not harvest all my garlic, which is fine. And I just got kale planted in here. This is my asparagus bed. I need to cut this. It's time of year to cut it. This asparagus was given to me by my good friend Scott Peacock. I'm hoping it's starting to get bigger and bigger every year. I got another plant right here. So I'm hoping next year I can finally harvest it. Here's my Egyptian walking onions. These seem to be doing really well. They wasn't near this green and big when I planted them, and they hadn't been planted that long. They look super good. This is my cilantro. Now, I did have a weed issue in here, but what I did was I came back, I chopped this stuff up. This is the leaf mulch, and what I did was since I had this so spread out kind of in rows, I was able to come back and put that freshly chopped leaf mulch up in here, and it's doing a fairly good job. Bad thing is that this stuff looks a lot like cilantro, and as you can see, we love cilantro. What I may do is probably gonna mulch some more leaves, because I got like a gazillion leaves here on my property because I live in a forest pretty much. And I may just mulch if I can try to get these weeds beat down on this spinach right here. I think the collards may be fairly easy to mulch and suppress these weeds, because the collards have gotten so big now that I can distinguish the two. I may have to wait a little bit on the spinach. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the spinach. I'll figure it out, but live and learn, that's for sure. The Salanova lettuce. I'm sure all of y'all, most of y'all probably heard of Salanova. If you haven't, it's became very popular from the urban farmer Curtis Stone, and he's made it very, very popular. A lot of people are using it, especially because it's a pelleted seed, which y'all know lettuce seeds are teeny, teeny, tiny, and usually you plant a bunch of them and you come back and thin them out. And I don't know if y'all are like me. I hate pulling something up that looks healthy. God, it drives me insane.
My head's about to explode.
So a lot of times what I do is I just leave it, which is probably the worst thing you can do, because then it suppresses my other ones and stuff doesn't get as big. But God, I hate pulling stuff up. That's why I did my kale bed like I did. Farmer problems. But the taste of the Salanova lettuce, it's pretty good. It's got a slight bitterness to it. Not really bad. There's different varieties, but it's pretty much the same. The red, right at first, to me, has got a little bit brighter flavor, but it's got a harder bitterness to it at the end. But it's a pretty good lettuce. Fairly obviously that it likes where it's at, because it's starting to do very, 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 very well. I may tinker around with some more with that. It's not every bed in my garden has got something planted in it. So when I do that, basically what I'm doing in the non-planted one is I'm throwing the compost to it. Right here's a bed that's not planted, and I've been putting a lot of compost in here. And you can see right here, this is rabbit droppings and shavings, and below that is leaf mulch, and then I got more shavings that was from the chicken coops, and so I'm just layering it in here. Pine straw, and it's starting to break down. You can see it's starting to break down, and so come summer, this bed here, and there's some cardboard that's starting to break down, but you can see this layers of stuff is starting to break on down, and that may be coffee grounds, and the earthworms are digging it. There goes one right there. Look at it. It's just full of earthworms. But yeah, guys, guys, that's what's going on in our fall garden. What's going on in your fall garden? What are y'all planting? Is your fall garden doing well? Is it uncommonly hot at your place right now like it is here in Alabama? I'd love to know. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a like, share us with your friends and family. And as always, guys, y'all have a wonderful day. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Guys, y'all be good.
Then we were swinging. Yes, we were swinging.